hungry. May I introduce myself? I am Watson Pritchard. In just a minute I'll show you the only really haunted house in the world. Since it was built a century ago, 7 people have been murdered in it. One of them was my brother. Now my name is on the deed, but it is the shadows that truly have lease.
Splendid! Splendid! Do it just like that when they arrive. Now, go finish setting up. You're early. But whatever you may have heard, I trust we can keep a little secret between friends. Where are my manners? I'm Frederick Lauren, and I've rented this home tonight to throw my wife an unusual party. A haunted house party. There will be food, drink, a large prize, perhaps even a few ghosts. Those of you brave enough to stay another night at the house on Haunted Hill are welcome to join us. I'll even notify your next of kin if something unpleasant happens. Decide quickly, though. I believe I hear our guest of honor arriving now. Annabelle, my favorite 4th wife. I'm so glad you could join us. I always said you would be late for your own funeral.
Save the drama for your next film performance, dear. Would you be so kind and tell me why I received an invitation for a party in my own name?
Darling, I'm shocked. With all those soirees you love to run off to, you're not familiar with the concept of a surprise party?
For what occasion? You forgot my birthday 2 months ago, and I still have 3 more months to forget yours. I don't think either of us wants to pretend to know when our anniversary is. What's this about ghosts? What large prize?
Sweet Annabelle, isn't it a bit rude to breeze past the ghost to fret about material possessions? Speaking of which, a gift for you to wear tonight.
Is this?
Don't you recall your costume from the Red Scarf murders?
Yes. I hated it. I wore my own green scarf opening night.
And you closed us that very same performance. The critics were confused. You know, sometimes I lie awake at night, wondering why I married you.
You didn't marry me, dear. I married you. Unpleasant, but, no mistake. Would you care to tell me who you invited to this, unseemly affair? None of our friends like us.
It is an intriguing guest list, if I do say so myself. Richard, bring me the RSVPs!
Here they are, sir. A list of the doomed.
Who is Dr. Nora Manning? Can't you revive me if I die of boredom?
A professor from State University, in fact, with a very unusual specialty.
Dear Mr. Lauren, although I am very busy with my research into supernatural phenomena, given an opportunity to visit the notorious house on Haunted Hill, I feel it's my academic duty to accept your invitation. As an expert, which of course I am, sincerely Paige. Oh, I mean, Professor Nora Manning.
Okay. And, Lance Schroeder, the perfect opposite of a textbook.
Lance Schroeder, the actor?
He certainly seems to think so.
Mr. Lauren! I knew you'd find a project for me one day. But I didn't expect to get a role of a party guest. Don't worry, I'll clear my schedule to join you, so you can get to know how handsome and talented I am, outside of Lance you've come to know and love on stage and screen.
Know and tolerate would be, generous.
My dear, You're going to want to save some of that ire for our next guest.
Frederick, you didn't. Ruth Bridgers?
What's wrong with Ruth Bridgers? I've always found her theatrical reviews rather saucy.
Oh, I suppose. If you like your sauce flavored with arsenic.
Why, Frederick? I knew I'd hear from you after I called your last production, Gentleman Ghouls, a low point in your career. But I thought you sent a hitman, not a party invitation. Okay, I'll come to this shindig of yours if I can get a quote from you and the missus for the paper. Let's hope the party is more amusing than the play.
Who else you got? Jack the Ripper? Attila the Hun?
My dear, you're not still upset about the time she called you a department store mannequin and Julius Caesar, are you? At least I won't have to call Dr. Trent to calm you down. I've already invited him.
Well, why would you invite him? You're always complaining about how much he charges.
You're a patient of Dr. David Trent? He was at the 21 with Grace Kelly just this week.
How do you know the psychiatrist of the stars?
Did he have you committed?
I read page 6 to distract me from the merciless embrace of death. Just like anyone.
Dear Mr. Lauren, I am not one to hobnob idly. As you know, I hold the lives of many patients in my hands, who collectively hold 14 Tony Awards and 6 Oscars. However, your wife tells me that after most of your performances, somebody has a breakdown. So, it is my duty to uphold the Hippocratic Oath. I'll be there.
All right. Well, that's why they're here. But is there a reason I should attend this circus?
Dear Annabelle, of all my wives, you're the least agreeable.
Reasons?
I can give you a few million. If you stay for the duration of the party, you can have the gift I know you really want. A divorce.
Well, Frederick, this might be a celebration after all.
So I told Bette Davis, why does it have to be all about Eve? Couldn't she have a friend named Lance?
Well, okay, I'm going to need a drink. Anyone else?
Oh, I'll have a scotch and...
And what?
Who cares?
Shouldn't we wait for our hosts? It feels a bit impolite to start helping ourselves to refreshments.
Trust me, I know Frederick and Annabelle, and they don't stand on ceremony when it comes to the refreshments.
How do you know the Lawrence?
I'm Annabelle's psychiatrist, though I would love to get my hands on Frederick. I fear that he is the classic sort of gentleman who believes that diving into the mind is a parlor trick, best left for the main stage at the Copacabana. Such a pity. I can only imagine what kind of skeletons are in that man's closet.
Should you really be telling us all this rather personal information, Dr.
Trent. David Trent. And what are you? A reporter?
Oh, she is. That's Ruth Bridgers. She's one of the most acclaimed critics in New York. She even gave my performance in 50-Foot Maestro a glowing review. I believe I said that the only thing bigger than your character was the line to get out of the auditorium. Well, I didn't actually read it, but that picture your paper ran of me was simply stunning.
So you two work in the arts, eh? That explains how you know the Lawrence. And what about you, Miss...
Slugworth. I mean Manning. Professor Manning, actually. If you don't mind. Well, I don't personally know the Lawrence. Although I suspect they invited me to shed a little light. on this dark old house. You see, I'm a researcher of the paranormal at Penn State University.
I'd be actually shocked if you found anything scarier in this house than an evening spent enduring the Lawrence tired bickering.
Well, I can assure you that this house history is so much more interesting than whatever petty drama you may be referring to. Of course, well, there is the matter of the prize, the invitation mentioned.
Oh, I was waiting for someone to get to that.
And you're willing to risk an evening with the Lawrence and her ghosts for some mysterious prize, Miss Bridgers.
I'll take the odds of claiming the prize over another night of losing at cards.
Well, I assume my prize would be a chance to work with lovely Annabelle Lauren.
You two have never worked together before?
No, not professionally. It has something to do with Frederick thinking I'm a vacant bore. I'm telling you, this man is such a character. He should really cast himself in one of his plays.
You know, I really hadn't considered that we all may be competing for the prize. Of course, I should warn you all now that I will destroy you if the opportunity presents itself. So what are you hoping to win, Doctor?
Well, a modern man knows when he has everything he needs. So I suppose a little bit more of everything would be nice. And what about you, Professor? What are you hoping to get out of this evening?
I wouldn't answer that if I were you, dear. Dr. Trent has the magical ability to turn our true thoughts and feelings into $350 sessions a week.
Mr. Lauren, it's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Oh, darling, I wasn't aware you were still capable of making a young woman blush.
Oh, it's so charming. Ah, Ruth Bridgers. I'm so happy you could take a night off from being the scourge of hardworking theater producers everywhere to join us for this humble gathering.
Oh, did you invite any hard-working theater producers?
I've only seen you. Sharp as ever, even without your quill.
Hi! I am Lance Schroeder, the devilishly handsome actor who was invited to this party.
Yes, Lance, I know. I was the one who invited you.
And you were right to do so.
As much as I love a good bit of small talk to help the billable hours pass by, I can't contain my curiosity. Why are we really here?
Oh, it's a surprise party in my honor. Can't you tell by how happy I am?
I see. And can you tell me why you decided to have a surprise party in this rather rustic manner instead of one of your many lovely homes?
Well, I suppose you could have a haunted house party without a haunted house. But it wouldn't be nearly as amusing.
Haunted house? Are you getting used to your own tired theatrics, Frederick?
Well, I am not familiar with Mr. Lawrence theatrics, but I can vouch for this house reputation. This is my first time in the field here, but the stories of the house on Haunted Hill are legendary. Even experts can't explain the numerous paranormal events that have occurred on these grounds. Sudden changes in temperature, otherworldly noises, ghost sightings.
Oh, a ghost! Can I play a ghost? Everyone raves about my King Tut impression done at the Pyramid Club.
My boy, I can assure you that the only thing this house doesn't need is more ghosts. The ghosts are already moving tonight. Restless, hungry.
Would you care to tell us who your interesting new friend is?
May I introduce myself? I am Betsson Pritchard. In just a minute I'll show you the only really haunted house in the world. Since it was built a century ago, 677 people have been murdered in it. One of them was my brother. Now my name is on the deed, but it is the shadows that truly have lease.
Oh, sure. Do any of the shadows want a refill? I'm getting one. Which one is the ice cube?
You better not touch that!
Oh, I don't see you going to.
It's too late. You let it out!
What out? Where did it go?
Ridiculous. It's probably just entrapped here.
Or a mouse. They're louder than you think.
That must be what it was.
I hope this will be a lesson to you, madam, not to touch anything in this house. Danger lurks around every corner.
Perhaps you had better show us around the place, Pritchard. I'd rather our gentle guests keep their bearings rather than find themselves lost somewhere unsavory.
Do you think it's wise, sir? I already had to seal up the entire east wing because the blood wouldn't stop dripping from the ceiling.
Oh, well, I'm certainly rather know what I'm walking into. Let's get cracking on the grand tour.
Perhaps we could start with wherever is the least horrible and work our way up.
Wishful thinking. It's a funny thing, but none of the murders here were just ordinary. A mere shooting or stabbing or what have you. They've all been sort of violent and different. Ah, like this. A perfect example. This was the last thing my uncle ever saw.
I thought you said it was your brother.
Him too. It's a family curse, you know. His wife was seized with a wild suspicion about him and her sister. Without warning, she hacked them into pieces one night. We found parts of their bodies all over the house, in places you wouldn't think.
Oh, like an axe in furniture, as opposed to evidence locker, for example.
It's best to keep track of things in this house. They have a way of going missing. Heads, for example. Their heads were never found. Hands and feet and things like that, but no heads.
And that's the least terrifying, you say?
Come now. There's nothing supernatural about this. It was all quite simple. The wife, probably in a rage, threatened her husband with an axe. Got carried away with her emotions and sort of went on from there.
Oh, well, she certainly went on. It was a double murder.
Only two? That's barely even a spree.
So, there are two loose heads just floating around in here somewhere.
You can hear them at night. They whisper to each other and then cry.
And he hasn't even started yet. Wasn't there a man who threw his wife into a wine vat or something?
Mr. Lauren, you can't ask me to take these people down to the cellar. You mustn't ask me that, not down there.
Well, then I won't ask. Come along, everyone!
I come along with you, but I can't be responsible for whatever happens!
Oh, funny. That's just how Frederick put it in his wedding vows.
This looks just like the one we used on the set for Ships Ahoy!
Oh, I think I saw that one.
There was one great show.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of something else.
I'm telling you, sailor, we go north or we don't go anywhere.
What are you doing, you fool?
Ships Ahoy, Act 2, Scene 3.
If you turn that wheel, it could be catastrophic. I show you all, so you will heed my warnings. The last person to ever touch this was my great uncle. He used to make wine in this cellar.
Ooh, is there any left down here for us to sample?
I should hope not. Everyone says his wine was as terrible as he was.
Wait. I think I read about your uncle. Wasn't he the one who drove himself crazy trying to become a famous winemaker? They say he locked himself in this cellar, trying to perfect his process. I even heard that his wife tried to confront him about the smell and isolation and the money he'd lost, and that's when he supposedly drowned her in a vat of wine.
I heard that story too, but it's not true.
Well, that's a relief.
The vat wasn't full of wine. It was full of acid.
Acid. Funny, after 2 years of marriage, it never once occurred to me to simply drown Frederick in a vat of acid.
Darling, stop worrying about ways to kill me. It makes wrinkles.
What is that awful smell?
Doctor, I wouldn't go near that if I were you. Acid, like wine, doesn't lose its potency with age.
Would you really have me believe that this thing is still full of acid?
Who would you even call to drain a vat of acid, I wonder?
Oh, doctor, the acid is real. Watch. Destroys everything with hair and flesh on it. Only leaves the bones.
Oh my god! Someone threw a skeleton of bread in there!
Well, I would certainly call that unusual. Wouldn't you, Doctor?
Hardly. I guess many of these old homes had pools of acid. Yes. It was probably fashionable at the time.
Well, it certainly does nothing for the atmosphere. It's so dry and dusty in here.
That is the other reason not to come down here. Come along, everyone. I just realized we left the mini bar all alone upstairs. And we should all try to stick together.
Lance? Are you coming? We really shouldn't miss any of the tours.
A tour! That's a good one. Next thing you're going to tell me you order of a menu. Don't you want to explore this place on your own?
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Come now. As I said in Detective Virtuous, in the case of the thing that should not be, the darkness is our greatest natural resource for adventure.
Maybe you're right.
Of course I'm right. I'm Lance. Maybe we should start with opening one of these doors. In my experience, doors almost always have something behind them. See? Dusty old bottles! You won't find those on the beaten path.
Lance, can you keep a secret?
Of course I can. Why, I've never even told anyone that Marilyn Monroe is actually a brunette.
It's just that I've been holding on to something since we got here, and I don't know if I can keep it for myself any longer.
Keep talking, I'm absolutely listening.
Oh, I knew I could trust you. You see, I am not actually Professor Nora Manning.
Too few of us are these days.
My real name is Paige Slugworth, and I'm a student of Professor Manning's. It all began years ago, when my dad bought an old Chevrolet.
I wonder if that's another door or a closet.
It all began when the old Chevrolet skidded off the road. The policeman said it was a wonder my family survived the automobile accident at all. But my dreams, those were the ones who died that day. Because now I am the only one in my family who can make any money.
It is a closet!
So, I work at counter at the shoe store. I waitressed at the mall shop. I screamed, and I saved, and I got myself a scholarship. But I never knew what struggle was. Until I got an on-campus job, working for the great Professor Manning.
No, they just don't make sellers like they used to.
She is a closet. Never have I been so disrespected. I toiled for that woman while she threw paperweights at my head and called me a waitress.
You really should also look around. But not this one.
So, one day, I walk into her office and I see a fancy letter on her desk. I didn't care what was in it. I just didn't want her to have it. It turned out to be an invitation, and I've never been to a fancy party, much less one that offered a prize.
Nora, you've got to stop talking about whatever you've been talking about and open one of these doors. They're just the best.
Very well. What was that?
What was what?
That noise!
Oh, you're probably just scaring yourself. I did that all the time when I played with one of Frankenstein's monsters in 7 Brides for 7 Frankensteins.
Was that one in my head too?
You're right! There is something in there. Don't worry, I know just how to take care of it. Lance!
Lance? Lance, are you okay? What's in there? Ghost! 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 Ghost!
Professor, my dear, whatever is the matter?
There is a ghost! In that room with Lance!
Of course, it was only a matter of time until it got one of us. Why this house?
Oh, when there's a eulogy to write, I'll write it, you Bohar.
Here. Is there anything in there?
Nothing. It's just a storage room.
But I don't understand. If there's nothing in there, how did Lance hurt his head? He would have had to run straight into a wall.
I did run into a wall. Nora said that she heard a ghost, and I thought I'd go in and punch it.
Lance, according to my studies, you can't punch a ghost.
Yes, and that's coming from our expert on the matter. It's terribly professional for a professor of the paranormal to be shouting ghost whenever there's a trick of the light.
Trick of the light?
Come now, Annabelle. Be reasonable. It probably wasn't a trick of the light. It must have been hysteria. 9 out of 10 young women I treat suffer from hysteria.
Oh, I'm sure you convinced them they do. Have you seen Gaslight?
Gaslight? That's what we used before man invented electricity.
All right, hysteria or no, I think we would all feel calmer upstairs with a drink.
Should I really be drinking with a head injury, Doc?
Oh, in your case, I really don't think it will matter.
Don't worry, my dear. If he had truly met one of the dead that walks these halls, he would be dead too.
That's very comforting. Thank you.
Well, my dear, you certainly look a fright. Come on, I'll show you to my dressing room so we can freshen up.
Oh, I suppose I'm being a bit silly. This is my first time in the field, you know, and the stories don't quite capture the experience.
I don't blame you. There's a lot to be afraid of here.
Really? But you don't act like you're frightened there at all.
Acting is one thing, but I suppose I'm more scared than any one of you. For one, Frederick knows I detest horror. I suppose that's why he produced more horror plays in the recent years. To scare me from the premieres. That and he's a hack.
Oh, I've heard he's a brilliant producer.
Reputations are funny like that. They're outdated portraits for us to look at when we want to remember how people used to see us. I mean, Frederick hired you based on your reputation alone. And you're not even Professor Nora Manning.
I beg you pardon?
I met Professor Nora Manning at a dreadful fundraiser a couple years back. The encounter was rather, dull, but long enough for me to know that you are not her.
Please don't tell Mr. Lauren. I got the invitation and I needed the opportunity.
I don't speak to Mr. Lauren if I can avoid it.
So you won't tell him?
You have nothing to fear from me. I know something about what a young woman might need to do to get ahead if she's ambitious.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Lauren. How can I ever repay you?
You can repay me by keeping an eye on my husband. I fear whatever it is that Frederick is planning tonight.
Oh, party games. I don't like them either.
Think bigger. Think darker. Other than artistically, Frederick is capable of a great deal.
You're really afraid of him? But what could he possibly do with all of us here?
With money like his, he could get away with anything. Nora, promise me, if I ever need you, can I rely on you?
Of course. I owe you a great debt, Mrs. Lauren.
Annabelle, please. And that's perilously close to talking about money. We wouldn't want to do that if you are to fit in with our set, Professor.
Thank you, Annabelle.
Take your time. My makeup's in there if you'd like to freshen up. I'll tell them you'll be along.
This fate is not meant for you. Carry me leave this place at once.
They were bringing more ice.
We all must leave this place at once.
My warnings are finally sinking in.
No! It's horrible. It's horrible.
How hysterical you've become. Yes, I agree. You should probably go somewhere quiet. I'd recommend the seaside.
I am not hysterical in the least. I have the proof right here.
Have you seen something? Try to tell us.
Yes, I am trying.
Everyone, please be quiet. Nora has something to tell us.
Thank you, Lance. Thank you very much.
Now, I know you want to express how worried you've been about me, but there will be no
For
story.
Pete's sake! If you won't listen, then look.
Well, I didn't like Chanel's colors from last year either, but this seems extreme.
I don't understand. It was here. It was there.
You saw something? In my makeup case.
It was horrible. It was a head. Severed head.
A gift from you, Frederick. How very thoughtful.
I am quite certain that I have no idea what you mean.
Come now, ladies. there is no need to be upset. You are simply experiencing what we doctors call the power of suggestion. You mustn't let Pritchard's little stories distress you. It can have a terrible effect on digestion.
I resent that. Though at the moment she really does resemble my uncle's wife. Especially just before she started hacking people up.
I thought you said it was your brother's wife.
Whatever is going on here? I have had enough. I am a professor of paranormal and occult studies. And I have made an analysis. And using my profession. You see? You all see?
Oh, look, Ruth, here's your ice. The Slides family have taken care of this household for generations.
Of course they have.
Thanks. All right. That's it. Call me a car, please. Get me out of here.
Well now, Dr. Trent, it appears we might have a real case of hysteria on our hands after all.
Thank you, though at the moment I am more concerned about her condition.
You should be concerned for yourself.
I am. And that is why I am not going to stay here.
But my dear, I haven't even told you about the prize yet. You see, anyone who stays in this house until...
Stay in this house of horrors. Hey, I wouldn't stay here another hour for anything. I wouldn't stay
$10,000.
Well, I didn't say that. Let's not jump to conclusions.
$10,000. I could pay all of my debts and still buy a house.
I wouldn't have to scrape by on my looks, charm, and talent.
I could finally pay someone to fix the eternally bleeding ceiling.
I thought you might all find that intriguing. $10,000 apiece. If any of you don't survive, $10,000 will be divided amongst the rest of you. If I should die, you will be paid by my estate. If any of you decide not to stay, you must leave with the caretakers now. There won't be a chance to change your mind once they leave at midnight, because when the doors are locked from the outside, there will be no way to get out until morning. There will be no electricity, no phones, no one within miles. So, no way to call for help. This place will be locked like a vault.
Or a tomb.
So, if any of you decide not to stay for the party ahead, you must let me know within the next few minutes before clock strikes midnight. Are you certain you wish to leave, Dr. Manning?
Well,
Wait, Frederick. If she decides to leave, does that mean we get her share of the $10,000?
Well, I suppose so. The money is earmarked with my accountant, and anyone who has seen my production of It Came From Somewhere Besides Earth knows I love to raise the stakes.
Professor Manning, I think you should leave. I shudder to think how much psychiatric treatment your delicate mind may require if you stay in this house a moment longer. And, my schedule is already an absolute nightmare through July, yes.
Dear, maybe it is for the best. Some of us are here because of ponies and cards. You wanted to see a haunted house and you saw one. Trust me, you don't want to become a star of one of my headlines.
Indeed. There are 7 people who wish they had left this house when they had the chance. Now they are the ghosts that host this supernatural soiree. Unless you want to join them, it's best that you leave.
Nora, don't listen to them. Listen to me. You should leave now so that we all get a share of your money.
decided to leave. And I know you're not stupid, Professor. I can also tell you that there's no better companion in this lonely world than a large stack of cash. I hope I've already met the worst monster in this house. And maybe you've been through your worst as well?
Mr. Lauren, I believe I'll stay tonight.
Well, unless my ears deceive me, that was the sound of the caretakers leaving and the doors being locked. While I must commend you all on your bravery, it behooves me to remind you that now we're all locked in here together.
Oh, what cruel circumstances. Oh, if only one of us had left! There would have been someone to tell our tales. Now we should become just yet another chapter in this home's account.
Wait! Can we still break the windows?
Oh no, please don't break the windows, they're so expensive.
And they're also barred, Lance. So please refrain from succumbing to your more animalistic instincts.
Well, since we are all locked in, how should we amuse ourselves? Drinks? Dance? Drinks?
You said drinks twice.
Well, I was planning on having a double.
I wouldn't worry, Miss Bridgers. If I know my husband well, he probably has some ghastly form of amusement up his sleeve.
Ghastly? My dearest, I don't know what you could possibly mean. Now, everyone, gather round these little coffins.
An omen of the fate that awaits us all tonight.
A crude reflection of our whole death drive.
And a music party favor. Don't you want to see what's inside?
Not unless it's an invitation to a better party.
Oh, but what if it is? Here, I'll look for you. What's this?
They are called knives, dear. Don't hold them by the pointy end.
Maybe I'd better take that. No. That's not sporting, my dear professor. You see, there's one of these coffins for each of you, and each of them has a knife. Well, each of them but one. So we'll pass them around, and when the music stops, one of us will be left without a weapon.
Only you could manage to rip off musical chairs.
Good artists borrow, great artists steal.
Why don't we all get knives?
If I know Frederick well, he probably got a deal for 6 knives and didn't want to spring for the 7th.
Ignore her. Those who know her best often do. No, I just happen to think every good game needs a loser.
But I don't think this is a good idea. Suppose Professor Manning here had a knife when she mistook the caregivers for a ghost.
Perhaps Dr. Trent would prefer to play charades.
Oh, this is a charade. What are we even arguing about? 10 to 1 odds they are not even real. Stage weapons.
I'll take that bet. $5.
Now, this is some action.
Double or nothing.
This is precisely the sort of thing I'm concerned about.
Now, unfortunately, I did leave my wallet in the other purse.
Of course you did.
Are you all quite satisfied? I was rather hoping we might get to our little game before sunrise.
Oh, maybe we just should keep arguing till sunrise. We'll be rich and we won't need knives.
These earthly weapons will do us no good, my friends. Not against the dead, only the living.
Precisely. Do you want to be the only one of the living who doesn't have one?
Well, no.
I'll count down from 3, and when I cue you in, you may start passing your coffins around. 3, 2, 1!
Oh,
puts you as a party favor. Dr. Trent, was your strategy successful?
Of course! Simple, deductive reasoning.
What about you, Miss Bridgers?
Oh, I knew all the free card Monte would come handy one day.
Pritchard?
I can only assume this is an ill omen.
My dearest.
Does it come with a receipt? I think I'll return it, just like every one of your gifts.
And that would leave Lance and Dr. Manning. Ladies first.
Well, I guess the courtier I've saved from you.
That was great. Let's play again.
As contagious as your enthusiasm to the mundane is, Lance, I think I've had just enough for this evening. I think I'll go to bed to get my beauty sleep so I can wake up tomorrow as a free and rich woman. Now, everyone, you have your own
I'm
rooms.
afraid this won't be quite so easy, darling. I've devised a full itinerary for all of us before dawn, and sleep isn't part of it.
Frederick, don't be ridiculous. We are all exhausted. If you worry about losing your little bet, I'm sure the ghosts will be able to get to us just as easily once we're asleep. Isn't it right, Professor? Professor.
Oh, actually, it's well documented that sleeping people are 6 times more susceptible to hauntings. So in fact, we'd all be safer if we stayed awake.
Even I wouldn't bet $10,000 against those odds. So, Mr. Lauren, how do you suggest we occupy ourselves?
Oh, I thought you could all humor me by playing my favorite childhood game, hide and seek.
Oh, honey, our marriage would have been so much easier if you spent more time hiding.
Now, I assume you're all familiar with the rules?
Sure am. You're it.
So, in my version of the game, one of us will try to hide somewhere in this maniacal mansion, while the others will be trying to hunt them down. If the hider manages to elude us for, say, half an hour, they win. Otherwise, the person that finds them is the winner.
Oh, Mr. Lauren, to split us up would be too cruel.
I certainly wouldn't wish to be cruel. Maybe I should offer an extra $500 to whoever wins this game.
Oh, do you really think that you can make us to do anything just by opening your checkbook?
Yes, I do.
Fair point. So are we turning to the coffins again to pick who hides, or are there some little headstones waiting for their moment?
Nothing quite so dramatic. I was simply going to volunteer the love of my life to assume the role of the hider. Annabelle, would you do us the honor?
You want me to hide in this creepy house where they can't find me? Do you really think I'm the most gullible of your wives?
Darling, we wouldn't want our guests to think we're not willing to put ourselves in harm's way. Besides, you already have the most to gain from surviving this evening.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Don't worry, your $50 an hour is head over it. All right, Frederick. All right. I'll play yet another one of your cruel games. What's another humiliation in a marriage full of them?
Splendid! So, if you'd like to start thinking of the perfect hiding spot, Pritchard and I will turn off the lights.
Turn off the what?
Well, we always played the game in the darkest, children. Besides, we're not the only ones playing. The ghosts need their fun too.
Wait, but I can't see in the dark. Can I?
No, Lance, you cannot. That is why I have a flashlight for each of the seekers.
This is really too much. Annabelle, Are you sure you're okay with this?
You should really take my advice on taking care of yourself. Professor? Yes, I'm game.
Well, just know that you've got a physician on standby if you need one.
Oh, how comforting that must be. After all, look how good of a job you made with Lance's head wound.
Well, I can't be responsible for pre-existing conditions now, can I?
And that should do it. Annabelle, are you ready to hide?
Yes, of course. If this is the last time you see me, remember me as I was, full of hatred towards you.
All right, I'll count down from 50, and the search shall begin. 50!
Truly, this is it. The moment when our fates are sealed tighter than the wine barrels below.
45!
Oh, what cruel circumstances had led me to share the horrors of this house with such an excellent group of innocent souls. Shall my family's curse ever just be mine to bear?
Let's say 20!
Oh, cruelest winds of destiny! You've blown us off the course of peace towards a path of...
Wait, what are the rules again?
Oh, 3, 2, 1! Kill the lights! Don't say I didn't warn you!
Say, dear Richard, is that you? Come here. I want to talk to you. You know every corner of this house.
Like I will one day know the corners of my own coffin. For this house indeed shall be my tomb.
Sure. So you know it. And I've been tracking down socialites on run for ages now. So I'm just thinking, what do you say we work together? With your know-how and my nose for news, there's a good chance we can find a broad and win this thing.
And who gets the money?
Well, I guess the most fair thing would be to split it.
As we shall soon see. We all die alone, Miss Bridgers.
Yeah, doom and gloom. I get all that. But do you want to team up?
We all die alone, so we might as well win a large sum of money alone.
I see. Would you rather get half of something than all of nothing?
Nothingness. That is our fate.
Okay, well, I am more interested in profits than prophecies. Good luck with your crystal ball, buddy.
Annabelle? Is that you? Oh. Mr. Lauren! I haven't found your wife yet, but there are still a few jars I haven't checked. Thank you for the update, Lance. If I see the others, I'll be sure to let them know. Mr. Lauren, I know it's dark in here, but I need you to trust me when I say that I'm actually incredibly handsome. Yes, I've seen your face, Lance. We've been together all night. Do you really not remember any of that? Well, don't you think that I would be perfect in one of your plays? I don't know, Lance. Can you even read a script? Scripts are for actors, sir. I'm a performer. I read the room. When I did the clown who could no longer laugh, I forgot one of my lines. By the end of the night, I had them screaming! Sure, they were asking for refunds, but what a reaction. I think you missed a jar. Oh.
that you? No.
Annabelle.
Oh,
Did I startle you, Doctor?
Not at all. You should not sneak up on people.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. You know, mind suggests things. Hysteria sets in.
I was simply greeting you, as in, Professor Manning. How nice to run into you.
You're looking a little overstimulated, Doctor. Perhaps you ought to rest.
I do not need to rest. Thank you. Professor!
Mrs. Lauren, is that you? Mrs. Lauren? Oh no! Someone! Come quick! She needs help!
Laura, what's wrong? Is it about me?
No, you fool! Look, Mrs. Lauren is hurt.
Oh, don't worry, I'll go get help.
Someone else! Someone else! Come and help quickly!
What is all this yelling about? What? Oh no.
What's all this commotion about? Annabelle? 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 What happened?
She's